When it comes to motivation, I've been thinking about this a lot. There's actually a video that I've recorded, I think like 6 times about motivation, because I have undoubtedly been an extremely motivated person for most of my life, but it's like, why? Like, where is it coming from? And can you harness motivation? It's not about the motivation. I think most people, this might sound obvious, but to me, it might help someone. So you're not going to be motivated to do something you don't want. Most people asking how to become motivated are trying to motivate themselves to do something they have no desire in doing, like schoolwork or work at your job, or like cleaning the house if you hate cleaning. So you can't just be motivated. You have to, I think the motivation comes naturally secondhand after you figure out a goal. You need a goal, basically. Which, wow, what astounding advice, GoHerping. I need a goal. Thank you for letting me know. But I just feel like people don't sit down and just invest the time into figuring out the right goal for them. So for me, my goals have to be they're very superficial. My first goal that I had was and the other thing is there has to be an end. A goal can't be to get better at something. If your goal is to get better, that's stupid. I almost said you're stupid. It's not that you're stupid. It's just that your goal is very stupid. You don't just get better at something. You need it to be binary, from 0 to 1. So one of my first goals was get out of school. 0 was being in school. 1 was not being in school. 1 was not having to wake up and enter a classroom. So it doesn't mean that the work I'm going to do to get to that point is enjoyable. Like, I was never motivated to do homework or get better. But once I set that goal for myself, I could start saying, like, well, what is the best way to actually leave school? And then I can do these like painful tasks, because in the back of my mind, I'm like slaving away over whatever I'm doing. And I can remember, this is getting me closer to my goals. My second big goal that I can think back to was getting my dream car, which obviously at the time was a Tesla Model 3. And so I go to kind of an unhealthy level where every decision I make throughout my day and my week, down to the hour, is, does this get me closer or further to my goal? So for example, with the Tesla, it's like, what do you need? Well, you need money. That's kind of all you need to get a car. Unless it's like a very rare car that you have to search for. But if it's a car you can just order on a website and then they send it to your house, you just need money. So I was like, well, how do I get money the fastest way possible? So with the car, it's like, well, so I had a few ways I was making money. I was making videos and merchandise. And so I calculated like what's my hourly rate making merchandise. And so knowing how close that would get me to my goal, it was what motivated me to sit there for an extra hour or extra 2 hours in like a really hot room just printing shirts, because I was making merchandise myself. So I've done all sorts of things that I hate doing to get to that one thing that I like. I feel like this is all really common sense stuff. Is it? I don't know. Let me know if this is common sense or not. But people, it's always like, well, I hate school. I hate college. How do I get motivated to do it? I don't know. Why are you in college? What's your goal after that? Well, it's just what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, it's not really going to work then, right? I don't know. To me, I don't think it would. So, like, if you're going to be motivated, your goal has to truly be something you want. It can't be a goal that someone put on you. I think a lot of times, like, let's say with more academic kids, like I was surrounded by a lot of academic kids, their goals were simply their parents' goals for them was to like get into a good college and then screw off with their life and die or whatever. But they didn't have that motivation, because why did they care? So you have to and you're not going to immediately find out what your goal is. You're going to have to play around with things. I've had goals where I'm simply not motivated and I don't get anything done because it turns out it's not a good goal. So you got to mess around with goals a lot and figure out the right one. That's my recommendation for motivation.